Alright, we're gonna do standard because it's normal play style. We'll be good. Once again, this is just gonna be nice for me to interact with chat more since I'm already familiar with the story, and I'll just have to make the decisions as they come up. So I wanted a game that I can relax to for a month at least. I don't have to be thinking about who to shoot or how to complete a puzzle or how to save everyone in a specific way. I want to I click this dialogue box because I want to say this and walk around a bit every so often. That's what I want right now. Nice, easy story. And again, the stories are interesting enough where even season 2, it's good. It's okay. Not the best. Season 1, of course, is better overall. Do I have subtitles on? Shit. I think they're on automatically. We should be fine. He has 200 plus. He hasn't played yet. What? Whatever.
Well,
Quietly.
I reckon you
God,
can do
quietly. I could.
Does it really matter?
Nah, not much. You know, I've driven a bunch of fellas down to this prison. Lord knows
I was about to say, can I not use my mouse? But no, I
Usually
can.
about now I get the, I didn't do it.
Press A to kill an entire settlement. Have you played any other Telltale game? Game of Thrones. Not for me.
Not for me.
Because guys in your position already said it enough.
Use mouse to look around. Okay. I thought I could click the choices.
Followed
I guess
your case
not.
a little bit. You being a making boy and all.
I just have to use my mouse wheel. So you've got an
You've
opinion?
got an opinion then?
I love
Wouldn't
Lee's
say
voice
that.
actor.
I go in for that
His
innocent
voice
till proven
actor's really
guilty
good.
thing. Even
Oh, man, a
considering who
cop.
They say you killed.
I'm trying to think if I played any other Telltale game outside of Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. I don't think I have, honestly.
I got a nephew up at UGA. You teach there long?
Going on my 6th year.
You meet your wife in Athens? You want to know how I see it?
Sure.
Sure.
Regardless, could
Oh,
be you just
okay.
married the wrong woman.
Fuck you. No! No, dude, come on. The best time to do it. Tales from the Borderlands is easily one of my favorites from Telltale, which is why I'm hyped for Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. I've seen some of the other Telltale games. I'm not interested in the slightest with Borderlands world
Any
because
of
I don't
that
like
seem important
Gearbox,
to
so I'll
you?
never play that.
All of
I've
them.
heard great
That
things
box
about
never
it, but
shuts up. Sit in this seat
purely
and pay
because
too
I don't
much
want to support
attention and you
Gearbox in
drive
any
yourself
way, I'll never
crazy.
touch that game.
I'm
Batman,
driving
I've
this
heard,
man
was
once. He was the worst
extremely
one.
mediocre.
He
It
wouldn't
wasn't
stop
very good at
going
all.
on about how he didn't
Want to
do it.
have hopes for Guardians of the
He was an
Galaxy,
older fella,
but
big,
I'm skeptical of
soft-eyed
it.
behind a pair of smart folk glasses.
But
He
we'll
just
see.
wailing back
Maybe,
there. Says
maybe
it
I'll
wasn't him.
look into Guardians of the
Crying and
Galaxy.
snotting all over right where you're sitting.
But it's
And before long, he
even
starts
that one I'm
kicking the
not
back
sure.
of the
I'll
seat
continue
like
Game of
a
Thrones if they
fussy
make a
baby
second
on an
season of
airplane.
that.
Not telling him
'Cause
he's gotta stop.
Game of Thrones
That's
wasn't
government
half
property,
bad,
and I'll be
honestly.
forced to zap him otherwise.
But it,
So he
as a
stopped.
more modern
Having
Telltale
exhausted
games,
all
it
his
still has
options,
the same
he starts
issues.
crying out for his mama.
But it was overall
Mama,
solid
it's all a big
story-wise.
mistake. It wasn't me.
Very, very nice story overall. So I enjoyed it a whole ton. So did he do
So
it?
did he do it?
They
You played
caught the
Poker Night at the
fucker
inventory?
red-handed.
That's the other one I was
Stabbing his
thinking
wife,
of. I knew there
cutting
was
her up as
something
the
I
boys
played
came
that
through the door.
wasn't
He sits in my car
that
screaming
I
bloody
just couldn't
murder
think
that
of.
it
That wasn't a
him.
normal Telltale game.
He
I
actually
played Poker
believed it
Night at the
himself.
Inventory 1 and 2. I really love 2.
It goes to
I love
show
that game, just
people
popping
up
into
and
it
go
every so
mad when
often
they
and
believe
playing
their life
poker
is
against
over.
the AI.
got
Drew and
another good
I,
one
back
for
in the
you.
days,
This
actually,
one's
we're gonna
little
hit a
bit less
zombie up here.
depressing and a bit more
I
hilarious,
would
if do
record
say so.
matches,
This other time,
and he would commentate them on his YouTube channel afterwards. It was pretty great. Oh yeah, by the way, this cop is dead. In case you couldn't tell. Somehow we survive. Well, what's it called? It's that was always funny to watch him commentate the matches I had already played. It was pretty funny. I'm sure they're still up on his channel at some point. You can look them up later and put them in your watch later playlists, because I don't want you leaving here, obviously. Because I don't think there were many of them. It may have only been a few sessions, but they were good videos. But no, going back to it real quick. I loved Poker Night 2. Poker Night 2 is great. Fun game.
Oh, shit.
I like Batman changes they made with the characters were surprisingly. The story was surprisingly really good, but the engine fucking killed the frame rate. That's a shame. Should bring back community poker nights. Well, I mean, it never disappeared. We did it a couple of times. I'm sure we'll do it again.
Hey!
At some point.
Hey, officer! Are you alright?
We really
still
like the
trapped
poker
back here.
nights. On, oh god. What was the name of that poker game?
Officer?
That doesn't look good. He wasn't ejected from the car.
I have to... We're gonna pause this real quick so I can, get rid of this Discord message that you guys just heard. Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the general chat! Oh, you guys are cucking me, dude. I want to talk Yu-Gi-Oh. Anyway, actually, no, I don't. I already talked about Yu-Gi-Oh today once. Can I get out?
Why the hell did he have his gun out? Maybe
How
it
do I
was
get out of here?
tossed from the car during the wreck. Damn it.
Break the window. Alright, I need to turn my sensitivity down for this game. Holy shit. There we go.
I need to drag myself out that window.
Alright, we're going. Don't cut yourself, dude. Since they abandoned last gen support for Walking Dead Season 3, their frame rate has gotten way better. Good. Friendly cop, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. Be a good boy of How and don't murder everyone this time. No promises. Talk to you later, Refrain. Thanks for stopping by. Pee you up if you don't behave. So wait, Season 3 of The Walking Dead was originally on last gen? Like, is that game complete? Wait, is Season 3 complete, or am I stupid?
Looks empty. It'll be easier to carry with these cuffs off.
I didn't think Season 3 was complete. Or did they just literally say, fuck last gen consoles? I'm confused.
Officer?
Let's go talk to this cop. Can you bring back Jackbox nights? Well, again, those never disappeared. It's just we choose different games during the Friday nights. And now the Friday nights are just gone in general for game nights. But we'll,
Shit.
eventually we will bring something like that back. Because we like them. They're fun for us and everyone else. It's just, we need to have the time for it.
Officer?
It's the zombie, guys. Whatever will we do?
What in the hell?
Get the shotgun
Get away
shell.
from me!
Get it. Put it in the shotgun, man.
The hell are you? Shit.
You're really clumsy, dude.
Don't make me do this!
We're gonna do it. Easy. They announced before the first 2 episodes released that they weren't releasing it on last-gen consoles or on mobile. Okay.
Man,
I wonder what was the point of putting the first 2 episodes on last gen to begin with then. That doesn't make sense.
smells like shit.
Sounds like you're just gonna piss a bunch of people off
is
who will want
this?
refunds because they can't play the complete game. Where do we go now?
Are you dead? Hey! Are you dead?
Oh, you're talking about
Help!
Clementine up
Go
here.
get someone! There's been a shooting!
And now there's gonna be zombies by the rock. Hell yeah, boy. Alright, so since there's the first 2 episodes, are there more than 2 episodes for season 3 now? How many are planned for that? Because I haven't been following the news for that game. Because I don't want to be spoiled. That's the one game I don't want to be spoiled on yet, because I haven't played it, obviously. I'm not sure the cop's dead. Yeah, I don't know, dude. You think he's dead? And that music was loud. That's okay. We're just aggravating zombies, boys. It's the normal day. And now there's shots being fired. It's still 5 episode season. They released 2 episodes unreleased rather than 1. Oh. Okay. What's this? Hey, can I be in the stream? There we go. Friend was messaging me. I was telling him I was playing The Walking Dead. He's like, can I be part of it? No. But you can watch it, so I linked him it. Let's go into the house. He'll automatically walk for me if I do it like that. The 3rd episode is out at the end of this month. Oh. Wow. The end of this month? Didn't it release back in December? That's a long period of time. Holy shit. 3 months. Whatever, though. Let's just walk in, dude. Easy.
Coming in. Don't shoot, okay?
Also, just so you know, yeah, based off the trailers I saw for the game, I felt like that was the direction they're gonna take it in, which is a shame, but it's whatever. I mean, if they do fine with it, then it's okay. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from season 3. I'm going in it with, well, when I go into it, I'll have hopes, but I'll stay skeptical. And if it's a disappointment, it's a disappointment, and I don't play the Walking Dead games again. But I mean, no guarantee of how it'll turn out till all 5 episodes are out. Ew, how long do you think that's been sitting there? Why didn't you just turn on the faucet to get fresh water?
This place has been ransacked. Just about anything worthwhile is gone.
What about the walkie-talkie? Easy. Nothing in there. Working on 2 series now. I'm willing to bet they're conceptualizing a 3rd. Yeah, we're working on a ton of shit, dude. I'm mad because, again, there was no indication that there is currently in the works a 2nd season of Game of Thrones, but they left it open to the point of where there should be a 2nd game. So I'm sure they're looking into that. And if they fucking drop the house that it, or drop the main story on the house that it focuses on, I'm gonna be real upset, because there's a lot of characters there still that you can watch.
The Marsh House.
There are 3
That's a
new
Savannah
messages.
area code. That's
Really
the
wants
type
me
of
to
note
fucking
you'd leave a
see
babysitter.
the voice machine. What messages do we have? Bookshelf.
Furniture overturned, blood everywhere. Jesus. Maybe there's something on there.
Maybe you should actually answer the answering
3
machine.
new messages. Message 1, left
That
at
for final
5:43 p.m.
of Game of Thrones that they were working on another
Diana.
season.
We're
Oh,
still
okay.
in Savannah. Ed had a little incident with some crazy guy near the hotel, so we had to get him back to the ER and have it checked out. Anyway, he's not feeling well enough to drive back tonight, so we're staying an extra day. Thanks so much for looking after Clementine, and I promise we'll be back in time before your spring break.
Message 2, left at 11:19 p.m.
Oh my God, finally. I don't know if you tried to reach us. All the calls are getting dropped. They're not letting us leave and aren't telling us anything about Atlanta. Please, please, just leave the city and take Clementine with you back to Murrieta. I've got to get back to the hospital. Please let me know that you're safe.
Message 3, left at 6:51 a.m.
Clementine, baby. If you can hear this, call the police. That's 911. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Aw.
Daddy?
Huh?
Nope, we're not your dad.
Hello?
You need to be quiet.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I'm okay. They tried to get me, but I'm hiding until my parents come home.
Oh no, it's a nice opening to this game. I really like this part. Seeing Lee and Clementine meet, seeing the development of Clementine over the episodes. What's your name?
I'm Clementine. This is my house.
Hi, Clementine. I'm Lee.
How old are you?
8.
And you're all alone?
Yes. I don't know where anybody is. How old are you?
I'm, 37.
Okay. Hello? Did they get you?
I'm sorry. I'm here. Where are your parents?
They took a trip and left me with
I don't know
Sandra.
why we gotta
They're
ask
in
where his parents are
Savannah,
when
I
we know
think.
they're not here.
Where the boats are?
You
Are you
say.
safe?
I'm outside in my treehouse. They can't get in.
That's smart.
See? Can you see me? I can see you through the window.
How do you not hear that, dude? There was no reason you couldn't hear that. And then you slip again. That should have broken his neck. Honestly. Like, let's be honest. Time to mash Q, guys. Remember that in Telltale? Isn't that just fun? The kid is watching this, dude. I think it's dead. Just maybe. Clumsily. Well, let's see. Telltale's working on Walking Dead Season 3, Game of Thrones Season 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, a live action / video game hybrid with Lionsgate, and probably some other stuff they haven't announced. Probably. Far too many things, in my opinion. Maybe Lee's neck did
you
break
kill
it all.
it?
This is a death dream. Maybe. Something else
think
did.
something else did. Before me, I think.
I heard her scream 2 nights ago. Maybe one of the monsters got her.
2 nights ago? Yeah, that's probably what happened. You've been all by yourself through this?
Yeah, I want my parents to come home now.
probably not coming
I
back.
think that might be a little while, you know?
Oh,
Look, I don't know what happened, but
Probably
I'll look
died in
after
the
you till
crash.
then.
Yeah. There's plenty of times in this season
should
where
we
Lee
do now?
probably should have died. What the fuck? I heard that before the Discord sound went off. So I was just
They're
like,
not
where
even
the hell is
zombies. They're
that
just
coming out?
ugly cannibals.
Did you know that The Walking Dead is not supposed to signify them the actual zombies? The Walking Dead are actually humans because there's nothing to live
yeah.
for.
It's
Did
not
you know
safe
that
Thanks,
tonight.
Phil.
Clementine isn't actually a child? She's actually a series of polygons and textures
Stay
used
close
to
to me.
create the image of a child.
Were you aware that, what is your main character's name? I fucking forget.
Lee.
Were
Lee.
you aware that Lee actually has a canon playthrough where he can just be entirely quiet the whole way through?
This is called the true ending.
It is the true ending. Get pranked!
Did you know?
He has to make some choices where he talks.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he do. Because we just chose one right now where he had a choice of 2. That was it. And there was no timer.
I'm moderately upset that the first Walking Dead game on the channel wasn't Jesse playing Minecraft story mode. But I
Can
guess
we
we
not
could only
talk about
wait
that?
for so long.
So, here's the thing. I gotta ask you a question because it's obvious that me and Max are not huge fans of Telltale. So, what prompted you to, are you a big Telltale fan, Popcron?
I like the Walking Dead games, and I liked Game of Thrones,
What's the
Poker
matter?
Night, but that
Should
doesn't
I
count.
stay?
That's an entirely different
What?
game.
I don't want to sleep. in
that's
the
about
So you
it.
know
house
what
tonight, but
the
I
novelty
don't know if I
factor
should
behind
leave.
season 1 is definitely
What if
still
my
there for me,
parents
but
come
I think
home?
that just now retroactively, the idea of what Telltale
will
games
be
are
good.
and how they have never really evolved
Well, let's
past
go
any
somewhere safe
way,
when it's
shape, or
close,
form is
okay?
just it's such a joke now that it's impossible for me to not immediately shit on them. I mean, fucking Guardians of the Galaxy looks so bad from an art standpoint.
Hey,
I still
man.
feel like
Holy shit.
you're in the right
Don't eat
for
us.
being on the Walking
Not
Dead
gonna
hype
hurt you.
train, but
Yeah, it's
Honestly,
You and the little one were both gonna get
after
chomped.
this game, season 1, it's just become formulaic.
yeah,
What are you doing?
absolutely.
It's,
well, I mean, this one's pretty formulaic too, but I think one of the things is that
did
It
enough
is the
right.
formula, though.
Over the damn
Right.
place.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything.
It
it's
was
it's
the
became
original.
popularized.
Downtown Atlanta,
Mhm.
15 miles back. I'm Sean.
So
Sean Green.
Lee, this is
You
But
know.
not time.
it's, I mean, season 2 had its problems, but I mean, Clementine as a character
be
was
out in
still
the open
pretty
like this.
good, which made
How
it
about you help
bearable.
us clear the way, and we'll take you and your daughter out
Uh,
of here and down to my family's
There's
farm.
stupid
It should be
decisions
safer
that
there.
Telltale
I'm not
made,
a
not
dad.
in game.
Um,
That Telltale made with season 2.
just some guy.
yeah, I've heard
that
that there's been some
Yeah.
just characters who should not have been
Staying put for too
in
long is a mistake.
Kenny being one of them. But you know,
Kenny was the best part of season 2.
Popcron is a
Really?
Kenny apologist.
oh boy, oh boy, here it comes.
Kenny's a cool fucking dude.
No.
Fuck you.
Kenny's
That
kind of
is-
a piece of shit, though. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but what about what's
100%
we'll talk more about season 2 when we play season 2, because I'll go right into that after season
He's a piece of shit in this game too, so I don't know what.
Sometimes
No, almost all the time Kenny makes the worst decisions. He's always the person who's like, yeah, push them under the bus so that we can get over this speed bump. That's Kenny's strategy.
Well, I mean, okay. What about when it comes to Ben though? Like, fuck Ben.
For just
I
some
mean,
guy,
Ben,
okay,
but Kenny is
seems like
also
you
a
saved
piece
a bunch
of
of
shit.
lives.
Yeah, but the thing is that Kenny
And Kenny in the
a piece
game
of
is
shit.
also a piece of shit.
Kenny's a piece of shit mostly because he chooses to be, and he does it under the guise of "where my family," and then when his family gets killed, oh no, well there goes that.
We can talk spoilers. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I've played
Okay,
this
well-
game before. I've made it
was gonna say,
very
a
clear
game
at the
like
beginning
this-
that I've played it before, and we're going to be talking spoilers based off
But
the
I feel
season,
like
a
in a-
little bit off season 2 and stuff, but more focused on whatever season we're on.
But I feel like doing a spoiler playthrough of a game like this is kind of a like there's nothing here but the story.
Well, yeah, and I want to make different choices, and I know it's something that I can half pay attention to and
No
more
sweat,
focus
man.
on a
I'll catch you
conversation
tomorrow
with
night.
you guys, or
It was
talk with
nice
chat
to
and
meet you
still know
both.
what's going on because I played it before.
All right, brother.
Max will remember that.
I wanna. I want to make different choices than I did with my original playthrough. I want to be able to just relax playing a game for a month or whatever, rather than always needing to focus on the game.
I wouldn't have made
And it's just nice. And then as the episodes progress, we could talk about what I like and dislike about them.
Well, I'm happy that this is a spoiler stream, because that means I don't have to wait to talk about this. Remember the time that Kenny wanted Lee to kill that one person, and then Lee's like, "No, we got to think this through." And then if you don't act, Kenny just drops a salt block on your head.
That's next episode. I'm hoping to do 2 episodes tonight, even though they're
Do you know this man?
the hour and a half, 2 hours long each. I may do 2 episodes tonight.
Kenny is just. I don't understand how you're so much on the Kenny hype train. He does so much irredeemable bullshit that it's just like.
I'm glad his family's dead.
The problem
Yeah, fuck him and that stupid kid Duck. Duck deserves to fucking die. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, fuck Duck. But like, it's just you have to feel for him with his family a bit, a little bit.
I'd be happy.
Not completely. Not completely. He does really shitty things. But then, no matter what, spoilers for end of this season, he gets away. Regardless of what you do, he gets away, he lives. He comes back season 2.
Like
he's just this broken man who wants to move on with his life, and it is extremely hard for him. And when you meet these other characters, it's like, why should you care about these new characters that are dropping like flies? And Kenny, you already know, you feel for him.
Because I hate the returning character.
But the other ones are just as redeemable. What's her name? Jane? I don't know her name. I think it was Jane. She's a piece of shit too at the end of the season 2. But I don't want to get too much into that.
Okay.
Not once we hit season 2.
I think that if you decide to go that route, I think what plays out is perfectly fine and totally justified. But
I would agree with you. Had Kenny not been such a piece of shit before his family had died, but it was after his family dying where it was like, now then he just uses an excuse. Because he was already a piece of shit before. Like Kenny is just an absolute fucklord the whole way through and goes, wham, my family, I need to protect them.
But like,
and then when they're gone, he's like, wham, my family's dead, I've got nothing to protect. So I'm going to make sure that I keep doing the same thing as I've been doing for a while now and fucking everything up.
But like, and what's going to happen now, he wanted to save his kid. That's very much reasonable.
We got to reinforce the fence around the farm.
Yeah, no, I get that now. But then when he's still a piece of shit afterwards, it just really goes to show that Kenny's not redeemable in any means. He's just a piece of shit.
What piece of shit part are you talking about right now? Name a specific moment real quick.
I don't remember.
Block on head.
Yeah, like he immediately makes fucking like these really quick decisions without ever thinking anything through.
But he was dying. He was going to turn into a zombie and they were all trapped. That was a good decision.
I don't know about
that.
It
was mean, but it was the right decision.
They could have cut something out. Could have chopped that dude up.
Didn't they immediately open the door right after the salt block too?
Nope. They had to get Clementine to crawl through the vent afterward. They were still figuring out a way out.
I thought that happened.
Well, I'm all done here.
No.
It should start to feel better tomorrow.
But we'll see that, because I'll probably do episode 2 tonight.
There's a more humane way to do it than salt block on head.
What did they have in that room?
We'll probably just have to shoot you.
How is Lee gonna kill him?
We'll clean it, redress.
I don't think Lee was trying to
Lee
kill
didn't
him,
want. Yeah, Lee. You had to make the decision of not killing him or killing him.
We'll be seeing
if you didn't kill him, he was going to turn into a zombie, and then you guys were going to be trapped. Especially since he was bigger than the rest of them. He was a big guy. Like that's even scarier.
Piece of shit.
All right then.
Kenny's still an absolute piece of shit, though.
Good for Glenn.
Name another moment.
I mean, I don't remember a whole lot.
Right?
Yeah, he does some stupid shit on the train that I remember.
He was grieving.
No, it's not. That's why when Kenny makes the black and white decisions, it's so weird. Because you sit there and say it's not so black and white, but then you're like, well, he's gonna die. There's no reason. It's like, we don't know that. He might have just passed out. For all we know, he might have just fucking passed out.
He was not passing out from a stroke. From a heart attack.
It wasn't a stroke. No, you can.
You
don't immediately die from a heart attack, Popcron.
He wasn't breathing. You just stop breathing when you pass out?
It's sometimes. Like, I don't know if you understand.
He
how
has
the
sleep
human body
apnea.
works.
He was not breathing.
Regardless,
They
he
were
should have been
performing
ready. Yeah.
CPR to revive him.
I will. Don't worry about it. Fucking.
They were attempting
Jesus.
CPR on the man because he was not breathing. He
get
was
up.
going to die.
Remember that time Lee got
going
really
to turn to a
distracted
zombie.
by
You slept
shit
in a barn,
and he
little
woke
lady.
up?
Lucky you don't have spiders
Back
in your
to bed.
hair.
Speaking
I
of
bet
Kenny,
your daddy scared them all away, huh?
Speaking of Kenny, could somebody
Name's Lee.
I'm Kenny.
Dad, we're in the middle of
force a habit? Old
Well, no,
habits.
Lily's a piece of shit too.
We better get
So
going.
it doesn't
We
really
won't hear
matter.
the end
Lily
of it.
has always been
Lily's
a
just
piece
mean.
of
She's a
That's my
jerk.
boy.
Lee
Ken
is the
Jr.
only
We call
good
him Duck,
character.
shit. Lily's not
He is
just
lawful
mean.
good.
She's a jerk.
Yeah.
Dodging or quacking?
Quacking.
I can't wait for you to
See?
die, little kid. Get
Yeah,
outta
Duck's
here.
annoying.
The word is you were on your way to Macon.
How did they develop
that's
Clementine
more.
to be a
Well,
nice
Macon's
kid
on
and
the
not
way,
Duck?
and personally, I'd appreciate the company
Yeah.
of a guy who can knock a couple of heads together if he has to.
Sure, we'll take
That's
a
your
walk.
evidence that Kenny's a piece of shit. He
What's the
named his
plan,
kid
then?
Duck.
Honey, Duck, this is Lee.
Shut up.
What's the girl's name?
All right.
Clementine.
Hold on. I need to get some evidence.
That is a very
All right,
pretty
get some
Kennedy
evidence.
All right, Phoenix, right? You
Well,
do that.
we
I'm
should
gonna
get
go
to
to the
work.
bathroom.
We've all seen
Have
what those
fun.
things can do out there. So the
I mean,
faster we
I
get this
don't
fence
want to
up,
have too
the
much
better.
fun in there.
I want to
Have
build a
fun.
fence.
Yeah? Well, I need a good foreman. You can sit on the tractor and yell at me whenever I take a water break.
On a tractor? Cool!
Oh
Duck
boy,
and I will
season
hop
1
to it.
fun time. Yeah, we're gonna debate whether or not Kenny's a piece of shit.
I can keep an eye on
Okay,
your
you know what?
phone,
That's the good
we
point.
can
I just
visit.
found the first line that I'm immediately I hate him on. Kenny
Urban?
is black and white. Kenny is absolutely black and white. He's incredibly binary. If you disagree
You
with him
having
on
a nice
one
time with
thing,
Captain
Kenny has the
Clementine?
biggest hard-on for
Yeah.
hating you every time afterwards. Every single time.
Do you
Kenny
Didn't
cannot
agree with
listen to
that, yeah.
reason.
anything like that?
No, but that's different. You cannot agree with someone,
Yeah.
but then
okay.
also turn around and be like, listen, it was the heat of the moment. Of course, that might be a writing situation, but at the same time, that doesn't stop Kenny from being a piece of
Hey
shit.
there, Kenny.
You don't just immediately cut people out because you disagree with them.
Need any help?
That's just not how that works.
No, I think I got it. Do you need any
Kenny,
help?
you could literally agree with
What do you
Kenny on
mean?
I
everything,
mean, and
and the one time you don't, Kenny fucking
what you're
immediately
doing?
goes,
You got kids of your
you
own?
fuck you, Lee. And he does that on every decision.
I have no
It
idea
can
what
be
I'm doing.
one pivotal moment,
At
and
least
he's
you're
like,
honest.
Mark, I don't
Shit.
agree with you at all.
Better
You're a
than I
piece of
was
shit,
with
Lee. It doesn't
Dusha.
matter how much of a good person you've been
figure
up
it
to this
out.
point. You have no redeemable factors.
So what's your family's plan?
It's, but
Get
I
back
mean,
on down to Lauderdale
okay.
and let this mess
Look.
get sorted out.
He can be an
No!
asshole
They'll
at
start
times.
handing out
He's
shots.
still,
No!
National
but
Guard will do its
he
thing.
makes
don't
right
say
decisions.
that.
He could be an
Things got too
asshole
bad.
at
We can
times,
hop
but
on my
like
boat, I
he's
guess.
doing
What
it for the
decisions
best.
were right? Give me the right
I'm a
decisions
commercial
that I can
fisherman.
definitely
Catching
tell you.
fish.
'cause I
Killing
don't
the guy
remember
that was
a whole-
going to
Whatever's
turn to a
biting,
zombie
paying.
in a locked room.
Gotcha wouldn't be wild about
Moving
it. but
on.
It's not that bad.
Give me another one.
Saving his
How's your
kid.
son doing?
Good,
Fuck
I
his
think.
stupid
She's
kid.
got a
His
sister
kid
up in
gets
Memphis.
everyone
We're
into
coming
more
back to
trouble than
visit her.
Clementine
We
ever
were at the gas
did.
station,
His
some
kid's a
guy grabbed
fucking
my boy.
liability. He always
Thought he
has
was
been, he always
kidnapping
will
her.
be.
I was on the fucker in about
Duck
2
dying
seconds.
was the best thing that possibly could have happened to that fucking group.
Just lucky
It's a
I
shame
was
it only
there.
happened
We
way
saw a lot of
after the
bodies before we
potentiality of the
stumbled
entire
upon
group
Herschel's,
dying anyway.
but We're a tough
So-
family, Lee. Ain't nothing gonna phase us.
See you.
Distrusting Lily.
Lily's a piece of shit. Everyone distrusts Lily. That's not just a fucking like one person thing. Just because he agrees with the rest of the group doesn't make him redeem him in any way.
Looking for the boat.
How you doing,
And
Doug?
what is it that he wanted
That
to
was
say?
his
He wanted to
plan.
look for the boat. That was his plan. Did the boat work?
Lift with your back,
That was his
Sean.
plan, to find a boat. And yeah, the boat worked. That was just,
Know how to drive
stolen.
it?
Sure don't. I can give
Oh
you a
well,
hell of a
good.
critique of the US
Good
Farm Bill.
idea.
I'm good.
Great.
And then
You can
depending
have
on whether
good
or not you
ideas.
agree with him,
You
he
can
makes the right
still
decision
have
of coming
good
with you.
ideas. Oh my god. You can
Sean's
still have
still
good
working on
ideas
that
and be a
thing.
piece of shit, Pop. You're defending. I'm not trying to defend the idea of his overall ideas. I'm trying to defend his
Yeah.
character or
That'd
go
be
after his
great. If you
character.
could cut those
Okay,
two guys
fair
to
enough.
length, that sure speed things up.
But I mean, like, assuming
He's a
you agree with him,
piece of
assuming you agree with him, he goes with you
My
after
dad
you
doesn't
get
know
bit.
how bad it is.
No, he doesn't.
Regardless of what he thinks.
I saw a guy in Atlanta kill a kid. A boy. Just shot him right in the face.
Because going against a guy
at that point,
all game.
that just sounds like bad
Of
writing.
course he's not going to
I don't
help
even
you
know.
out.
He was either attacking
And
me or
Glob is
asking
saying
for
Kenny
help.
ditches you for the boat.
He didn't even hesitate. He just turned, put the
So-
barrel of the gun right
he
between
doesn't.
the kid's eyes.
Kenny gets the fuck out of there for the boat. Yeah.
You don't see things like that.
I don't
It's
know.
not like in the movies.
No, that's not true. The boat was stolen.
Like you think.
That doesn't know. He gets out of there for the boat, is what he's saying. He's
Had
saying
you off window?
he leaves you somewhere to use the boat.
He got cut off by zombies. That's not confirmed.
Sometimes
It's not confirmed.
They were trying.
So we're just gonna.
How do you know
the
he
best?
left? How
secret
do you
after
know he
that.
wasn't searching for Clementine?
Because he
immediately
showed
after
up
that?
in.
Dad just
Because
wants to
he
keep the
showed up in
family
season
safe.
There's a
Dude.
point
He's
at which you're
inviting
like,
people
well,
in.
I can't
Greatest
find them.
threat
What do I do
than
now?
out there.
You're just gonna forever
about
just.
yours?
What are
How's
you
your
going to
family?
do? Where are you supposed to search after something like that?
He's a piece of shit.
Not too
There's
close.
every you get
That's
every
unreasonable.
chance in this game.
Well,
You get every
you weren't
chance
in
in this
Atlanta,
game to
right?
go and
So
go
that's
out of your
good.
way to save people. And Kenny sees one fucking hard problem that
probably all
doesn't
you got
immediately
for now.
involve anything
Thanks.
personal with him and goes away. Sure, it's the smart decision to make, but it's a shitty decision to make. Because if anything in Walking Dead shows, it's that everyone's a piece of
No
shit, but the
problem,
people
mate.
who are normally
Don't
not
need
pieces
you
of
behind.
shit are we
Anyway,
should
when you
probably
see my dad
fucking
around,
stick
he
together.
wasn't helping the
Because there are tons more people who are pieces of shit than there are who aren't pieces of shit. So it's like every time you say it's a smart decision, I agree with that. I do. I can agree with someone's decisions and still think that the character is really bad.
You should know that if you weren't leaving...
He
He's
could be an
a shit-
asshole character though, but because of the decisions he makes, he's normally in the right, and so regardless if he's like an asshole at times, he does what's best.
He's not normally in the right. What he'll do is he'll suggest an idea, something goes haywire with the idea, and he fucks off so he doesn't have any responsibility. How he was a fucking father? In fact, he was a shitty father too, because Duck got himself into so many situations in which he basically fucked the group over. Kenny does not want any responsibility. Him as a character, he may have a good idea. People will have good ideas, Pop, but it's how you approach those ideas and how you deal with the repercussions that define you as a person. Yes, if you get away with it and you're alive, sure, but what does it account for in the long run when you fuck off and you just leave everyone behind?
But he didn't leave everyone behind because he fucking got lost, and then he goes with another group who he doesn't leave behind.
So
Because he didn't get cut off from them.
So he got lost, and he found the boat. "Quote unquote," it's not confirmed.
No, he didn't
got
find the boat.
lost.
He didn't find the boat. He found a new group, and he started traveling with them, and he didn't leave them. He found a new love too, a new love interest. It was all happy for him.
What are you getting at?
Yeah, until fucking season 2, which
He
fucked him
wants
up
to
even
help
more.
people. He shows it.
Can I give you a piece
Yeah, and he's
doesn't-
shit at it. He wants to help people in season 2 because he realized how much of a big fucking asshole he was, and how much he fucked up because he didn't want any responsibility. He doesn't know how to handle it. So he fucks it up in season 2 over and over and over again, and immediately tries to point fingers at anyone and everything. Anytime something goes wrong, Kenny doesn't want to fucking go about it the right way. He immediately starts pointing fingers and then when something goes right, he goes, "See, I told you."
Yep.
Instead of
But
sitting
you
there
know,
going,
you know the issue with that though, because by the end of it, because there's no way to change it, you're stuck between Jane or Kenny, and both are pieces of shit in that case. Also, this guy's about to die to a zombie.
the only reason Kenny wins out is because Kenny is still in it for
The better
Clementine.
choice.
That's it. No, he's in that situation, maybe.
Yes, in that situation, he was the better.
Because he absolutely wanted to be on Clementine's side. But that's all because he had that stupid fucking, like, chip on his shoulder from his dumb dead kid.
Don't let him take me.
Oh no.
I got you. I'm almost through.
Like, for instance, this whole situation here. This whole scenario. Why the fuck?
When Clem watches the whole thing.
Well, Clem is a fucking baby at this point.
Yeah, she turns into a
Clem's
complete
basically
badass next season.
Well, yeah, because what do you got to do? She's fucking traveled almost alone for the most part.
She had a babysitter, and then you come along because she died, and so she's alone for like 2 days, and that's it.
Doc ruins everything. Part
I'm
one.
just saying that Kenny's not the worst human being to ever exist, though. I've seen worse people who are just complete, utter assholes.
The idea that he thinks he's doing everything in the right and just consistently fucks everything up for everyone but himself makes him a terrible person.
He fucks stuff up for himself too. It's not just about him.
Yeah, because he thinks he's right all the time.
Look at him. But you weren't worried about that.
Because on the occasion that he is right, he immediately turns around and goes, "Yeah, see?
Yeah.
It was a smart thing to do." Kenny is a walking case of what happens when you are hit with confirmation bias. When the entirety of your life is run on the idea that your responsibility, the decisions you make in your life and everything only directly affect you. And when they affect other people as hard as they're doing here, Kenny begins to fucking break down when he realizes his responsibility goes through the fucking roof. He's not a good father, he's barely a good husband. And he's barely a good friend. He plays devil's advocate with just about anyone he needs to, and immediately cuts off anyone else if he even remotely dislikes them.
This is as far as we're going.
Yep.
Kenny's a piece of shit. And your only defense here, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
How can you hate a guy that named his son Duck? I don't get it, dude.
Very easily. Watch me do it literally as we speak.
Look! Hey there. You friendly?
Because
Truck's run out of
the
gas.
issue is, because I know how season 2 plays out, I can't hate him. Because there are worse people than him.
There were worse people than him because it was even worse writing in the first season. So, had the writing been even worse? Because they fucked the fucking season 2 characters up so bad.
Yeah,
that Kenny was the
it felt
only
really
redeemable
weird with
guy
how
there.
some of those characters played out. But,
exactly.
And I'll talk more about those when season 2 comes along because
We can't take risks like
they're
this.
so
Just let people die
compared
either.
to characters in this game, they're not memorable at all. Not a single
Yeah,
one.
well, that's the thing. It's just like the writing is fucking bad, and then apparently season 3 is coming, right? Or it's already here. I forget what.
Season 3 is
That's
here.
the
I don't
thing.
have it yet. Apparently, only 2 episodes are out anyway, though. So.
Lee's right. We're just regular folks.
See, Carly was cool. Carly was on people's sides, and you know what? Here's the thing. I'll give Larry more fucking credit than Kenny because Larry's old and ornery and shit.
What is it?
And he does make smart decisions, and he does it for the betterment of the group, not just for his family. He takes the decision, and you have a conversation with Lily about this, where if you start disagreeing with her, she goes, "Listen, it's a hard decision to make, but someone's got to make them."
You have to control.
So look who it is. It's the man. It's the
Cuckade.
She's not wrong. They took a risk.
And I'm here with the triple crunch wrap supreme.
No, go Riri Doriri though.
The Doriri crunch wrap.
Doriri Gordidi.
See, bueno.
We have to end this now.
See, I learned Spanish because I eat Taco Bell.
We'll dig one
Damn.
hole.
No, I'm cleaning him up.
How you guys
no
doing tonight?
fight. He's fine.
Where I'm yelling at Pop for being wrong about video games again.
What else is new?
We all end up bitten. We
What
gotta
else
throw
is
him
new?
out or smash his head in.
Kenny, stop him!
Lee, what do we do about this guy?
So,
Dad,
I'm like mad
it's
at
just
Max.
a boy.
We're telling me to get
Lily,
Marvel on the
I'll handle
PS4, and the PC apparently is the better version.
Yeah, well, you should have known better. Why would you listen to Max?
Everyone chill the
That guy is a
fuck
sword art
out.
apologist. Why would you listen to any one of us, Apex? We're all very bad at decision making.
You're right, man.
All right, so explain this decision here. Larry has a very good point. Larry has a super good point.
He's bitten.
That kid might be fucking bit. We don't know what happened to him. Should I put an ice block on that
People don't
fucking
turn
kid's head?
within minutes. They turn within days.
You're talking about Duck?
Yeah.
Yo, I hated Duck. Kill him. Kill him now.
I hate Duck too, but within this, it's like you know when someone's bitten that it takes days unless they already die from the bite. But that's not the case here. He's living
No,
right now,
at
so it
this
takes
point,
days.
nobody knows. At this point, nobody knows.
He
how it
just
works.
said that he
All
knows what
assumptions.
happens when he's bitten. He's being irrational.
No, it's all fucking up in the air at this point. Nobody knows.
Larry already confirmed that he knows.
Just locked. Keys behind
He's
the
being
door.
irrational.
Oh my God.
Probably.
Hey,
Wait,
I'm
Bob,
not
is
the
this your
bad
first time
guy
playing this
here.
game?
I'm just looking out for my
No,
daughter.
no.
So even if it is days, what are they gonna do with the kid if he is bit? Let's say Duck did get bit.
If he
What
was
do you
bit,
do?
then that's a different situation.
Alright, hold on, no. Hold on. What do you do? I'll fucking shoot the little fucker in between the eyes. I hate that kid.
Then, when she's dead, he'll
Well,
probably pounce on you.
they should have done that in the first place. Duck kept getting fucking people killed.
Nah, man, no, see, the reason why he couldn't do it, because Kenny, the words would have prompted up saying Kenny will remember that. And then make
See,
you feel
because here,
bad.
exactly. Well, I don't feel bad when Kenny feels
It's like,
bad.
imagine us in this scenario. Like, Phil say something and I disagree. He'll say, Phil will remember that. And then it's like, some fucked up situation later, Phil will, like, turn against me later on.
I just think in a situation like this, Larry is completely acting out of line, absolutely. But so does Kenny, and every time that does happen, fucking everyone goes, but Kenny made the smart choice. It's like, that we know of now. That we know of now. Like, even with Larry not breathing, people have been shown to not be breathing and come back. It happens, and he immediately didn't even give him a chance. They only performed CPR on him for like 30 fucking seconds, Pop. Like, not even that much. They barely gave him a fucking chance to get back from it.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
You deserve it, though. I fucking hate that guy, too.
Kenny immediately acted out of oh fuck, and made an irrational decision that we don't even know became smart. Because if you say no, it doesn't matter. Kenny still fucking kills him.
Great, thanks.
Because this game's writing is bad.
Damn, son.
If there was an alternate,
if only to hate you now. I love Kenny, dude. He's
only to
great.
hate why?
I love him,
Understand
dude.
it.
He named his son
I don't
Duck. That's my defense.
They're gonna get in.
Yeah,
But no,
I hate
you're right
Kenny
when
for
it comes to
having
that. You know, they only did it for like a minute or so. And they didn't give it a chance. So
yeah,
yes,
they don't fucking.
that-
Can you imagine if that's how
that
medical
reaction is
science
irrational.
worked? Like, ah, shit, he's out for a minute. It's done.
Yeah, they should have given it a few minutes at the very least.
Because the thing is like, so Larry's acting out of line here, and everyone immediately goes, yeah, Kenny, don't kill a fucking kid, Larry. But the moment that Larry goes down and goes, yeah, Larry's an asshole,
Out. We've been trying to get into the pharmacy.
and
since
immediately
we
was like, yeah, fuck that guy. It's like, yeah, but you
Behind the
see,
counter
this is
where
the
the pills
difference.
are.
Larry immediately has the idea that he is trying to protect the group. Larry is exactly what you're trying to define Kenny as, except he's actually doing it. So him dying is a huge fucking problem. Because not only does it send Lily off on a killer tangent where she takes out one of the only other likable characters in the entire cast,
Oh, yeah, I hate
Yeah,
it.
but he also
that's
took out the only actual leader, because Lily's in no fucking position, and at this point Lee's just kind of doing his own thing. He's not really taking hold of the situation.
So badly, like, yeah, like my boy was about to get that nanny and shit, and this bitch just shot her in the face. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I'm like,
straight
what?
up.
No, why?
The biggest problem I have is that there are I know that there are some points where you need to lead a story down a linear path, but it feels like the linear paths are just so goddamn like that's too binary. Like, instead of sitting there like, give me another situation where it's like, I would have loved to seen if Larry was gonna turn into a Zambambo, because that would have clearly defined the rules, as opposed to saying, well, wait, it might happen. We've seen it before. We don't know how it works.
Doug, you got it.
Yeah.
Let's do it
And
again.
I'm Carly.
Okay, Carly.
So-
you'll shift in with Doug when he needs
Need
to.
all the old
now.
people to die.
They were like,
Well,
we got,
my-
but that's like that's the
I'd
ultimate
like to
cock
keep it
block,
that
though.
way.
Killing the other
You got
likable
it, boss.
chick that Lee could have gotten
Now
something.
get him
like,
those
God.
pills.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Now you just
rights. You just denied his nigga his rights.
And it all ended up being Ben's fault, right?
Word.
Why was it Ben's fault again? Because he was scared or something?
Because he's the one that caused all the issues where they had to run away to begin with.
Yeah, he was like doing some secret
he was
not like
giving them supplies to a group so they would leave him alone
behind their back. So they were losing supplies and he was giving it to someone else.
And Ben did end up causing a lot of the shit that happens in season 1, and we'll see that soon.
I felt bad for Ben though when
that
happened. What?
At first, I'm trying to think back when I first played the game because I have a very different opinion of characters and such in the game now. I may have felt bad for Ben just as a wow, I don't want anyone to die type mindset, but he's a fucking he just caused so much shit to happen because he just went behind everyone's back at any point. He had no loyalty.
Yeah, Ben's biggest problem was fear. That's his biggest fucking problem. Kenny's biggest problem was
Ben was a high schooler, wasn't he? He was like a little kid. He was like a teenager.
He was a pussy bitch.
He was late high schooler. He was
a pussy bitch, man. Like let's cut to brass tacks. Ben had no fucking like gumption at all. He could not carry his own weight if he even tried. Ben is an absolute fucking asshole who threw everyone under the bus. But you know why I'll give Ben one up over Kenny? Because Ben admits it. Ben admits his fucking problems and goes, listen, I'm a piece of shit and I'm really sorry and I need to be better.
Yeah, it only fucking took them to be in a situation where he thought everyone was gonna die.
Really know what to look for.
Because you don't see the immediate consequences.
And it's
when you see the consequences.
It was not only that he was crushed, also before that, he even say, he's like, dude, just leave me behind, because I was a piece of shit. Like, leave me behind.
Kenny will see the consequences actually happen in front of his face and go, well, my family's okay. So, and he'll say, it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why are you even in this group?
The best part about that, though, is,
let me know if you want to.
What's it called? When you're deciding about dropping Ben, it pans over to Kenny, and he just has this really smug look, and I think he nods his head. And that's the best part. It's great. It's a fucking asshole thing, but it's great.
It's Kenny literally doesn't like anyone who disagrees with him on any fucking thing. He refuses to compromise, and then when he gets proven right in some instances goes, ha, see? And then at this point, because he has a dipshit kid like Duck, half of those instances happen because of Duck. So Duck is stupid. Ben is actively making it harder on the group. Lee and Carly are the only people trying to get their things together, while Larry and Lily are alive. Yeah, they're hard asses, but they're alive. Everyone's living. Not super comfortably, but you know, to a point where they're making ends meet and they've got plans and they've got places to go.
And people to meet.
And yeah, people to meet. But the moment Kenny immediately fucking goes, I want to be the leader, man. I'm gonna kill the Larry, and does it? Everything goes fucking downhill. Absolutely everything.
Betrays
all because of Kenny's immediate irrational action of, hey, the CPR didn't work for the last 30 seconds. I'm gonna kill him. No, but wait, don't do that though. I think even like during while you're giving him CPR, Kenny goes move and then he throws it.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't move. He just drops it and he's just like looks up like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, like if
like
you
nigga, what the fuck?
If you actually take like the morale proper way to do it, like you know, like Lee giving the chance and trying to help Lily. Like you kind of earn Lily's trust, but she still becomes super bitch about it, of course. There's that split second where you see Larry like resuscitate, and then just a rock drops on his head.
The cement block, whatever it was.
Yeah,
I think honestly,
he's gonna live in it, but.
I think honestly the worst part about a game like this is because it was done episodically, and because it the biggest problem with these characters is that there is so many different ways these things could have gone. And the person will remember that system works in such a binary instance that it actively makes the situations that could have been really interesting go out the window, because at some point it just writes the characters for themselves. They don't have any interesting situations. They're met with one linear, very black and white decision.
Yeah.
and that black and white decision defines how their character's going to react to you for the next couple of episodes, and it makes it harder and harder. And it's just really strange to see that, because in a game that is all about like, hey, let me give you all this narrative choice. I mean, BioWare has the same problem. You can say one thing and someone will just immediately disagree with you, and it could be even the smallest of things, like an Inquisition. I don't think mages are that bad. Half of your party will start disliking you immediately.
Word! That's so true.
And that's stupid. I get that happens. I get that there are people who think in black and white scenarios, and it would be interesting on one character, where you had one situation where it's like, this person's never gonna fucking trust you again, and that's it. But instead of doing that, the only way to get that person's trust back is to just basically act in a way that is slightly agreeable to them. In this one, it's agree with them on one thing, and literally it turns into Lee listens to a conversation, looks at a character and goes, yeah, I agree with that person, and that's it.
And then 12 people hate him after.
And then someone else hates him, and the fucking cycle begins anew. So it's just like, and then the other thing is, you can totally play this game the same way you can play something like Final Fantasy VII. Now, keep up with me. In Final Fantasy VII,
I'm gonna get a new drink real quick. You keep going.
I'm sorry. In Final Fantasy VII, you have one character, right? One character who dies. Who is that character, chat?
Chat don't know this.
Chat should know this. Who's the character who dies in Final Fantasy VII? You know exactly who it is. Because that person's not going to die in the remake, because Tetsuya Nomura's a hack.
What?
No, I'm kidding. She's definitely going to die. She's gonna
oh my god, we get to see it in HD.
That's gonna be fucked up. Sid, no, Bradley. Cloud, no. Zach, yes, technically.
Sephiroth, obviously.
Yeah, well, whatever. Aerith totally dies.
He's by Zach, though.
Yeah, no, but it's like, I can't be mad at Shadowstar because he's also not wrong. So
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's not wrong. Zach did die.
So Aerith dies. Guess what you can do with Aerith for almost an entire quarter of the game? Almost like a good solid 30% of the game. You can play and level up Aerith and even get her ultimate ability.
Yeah.
Why would you do that knowing full well she's gonna die? Because she's not even, like, technically the best healer. Tifa's a pretty decent healer. So why would you waste your time? Once you figure out the canon ending of Walking Dead, you can literally just play the canon playthrough, and it's really upsetting.
Yeah, that's the messed up part. Like, you give her all the best items and stuff like that, and yeah, you know.
And then she fucking dies, and guess what? You don't get it back. You don't get it back. You throw it in the fucking ocean. You go, well, she can keep her shit. I don't care.
God damn it. Yeah, you could wasted all that time and everything when you could have leveled up someone else with that time.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't mean to shit on this game, but it's just one of those things where it's like going back and retroactively playing it, it's just, oh, it sucks, because some of the characters could have been way cooler, and some of the situations could have been way more interesting. But of course, the only person who, like, one of the only characters that has any... Because the most interesting characters are people like Carly and Lee, who don't just sit on one idea. They go, we should probably look into this.
Or someone who's curious and innocent, like Clementine, because she's only a kid. She's trying to understand everything.
Yeah, the idea of having someone who's a rational mind in an irrational world is completely interesting and supposed to work, I guess, in a black and white setting. But when you have so many different characters that will disagree with you on one fucking option, and the only way to keep it going is if you agree with them on something really fucking crazy, like, yeah, let's kill him. You're like, I didn't think that was all right, fine, and it forces you into black and white scenarios. So the rationality behind Lee and people like Carly go out the window when they have to make the fucking stupid decisions that don't make any sense. So, you know, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just. Look, that was like my biggest gripe with the game. Like, no matter what decision you do, does it feel like it affects the game at all sometimes?
Yeah, no, you're going down a set path. You absolutely are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, And it's not like games are gonna have limitless fucking endings. I get that at some point you got to make a choice, and that choice is gonna have repercussions and stuff like that. But it's just, you go back and you play The Witcher 3, man, and it's like, sure, there are set endings, but the way to get there is just way different every time.
Yep.
You can do different things. You can have different people come up to you. I remember there was a quest I did where somebody looked at me and was like, "Why did you do that?"
I just read what Vet said. Sid launches a rocket to the moon, it blows up, and they die.
It's canon. I don't care what anybody else says. That's the canon ending.
The last thing we need is drama out there.
Sid going Yahoo into the fucking moon at Mach 10. Just bitching about his wife.
And then with the bright smile on his face as he's about to die.
Blowing up like the Challenger in the fucking night sky. Like, it just...
Oh my
immediately. That's the canon that I believe in. Is everyone else stays on the Earth and Sid goes, fuck this, and just goes to the moon.
God fucking damn it. And then he comes back as a hot version of himself. A chick.
Does Mirror Does Lee kind of feel like a Luke Cage copy? Oh, I've never...
See, that sentence makes sense. You can't trust me, I suppose, but you don't have many other options. It's like, see, okay, that's black and white, but at least you're interesting. At least I want to know where this is going.
He was okay. I actually
Yeah,
saw him shoplift
it
his
makes
women.
sense. It's very reasonable to...
Any guard dog ever could. Plus, he knew how to
Yeah, disc 2 and 3 are just coasters while you play disc 1.
God.
My dad gave it to me.
See, dads are smart like that.
I guess he's right. Oh, Jesus.
Can't wait for the Sid arc in Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's gonna be sick. I can't wait to see Sid perform actual fucking domestic abuse in HD.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
People forget that Sid is a piece of shit in Final Fantasy VII. Sid literally, like, and they try to make it seem like, oh, but he's actually in love with Cher. It's like, no, he's an asshole to his wife. He's an absolute, and then he's just like, oh, I named my next airship after her, I guess. It's like, yeah, fuck off. It's not a good alternative.
Here we go.
Oh god.
Do you have kids?
No.
You don't have a family?
What the fuck did I just retweet from
parents
that?
do?
I'm so
My mom is a
confused.
doctor, and my dad is an
What did you
engineer.
retweet?
Those are good jobs.
Go just look at my
What's your job?
All right, I immediately go ahead.
Going back into this game, I
social
completely forgot
studies?
that this place is family owned.
Yeah.
You didn't answer my question.
It never really talks much about his family after the first episode, though.
Yeah, word. Like they don't talk about it. Honestly, they don't talk about it like at all. Like it was like a small
Why don't
little
you want to
thing.
talk about your family?
Like, it's nice, and I
And
don't
then
think
they
it
had
should have been
Did
talked
you?
about more. It's just strange that he never mentions his family in any way.
I think it's because episode 1 pretty much gave him the closure he needed, and the way they the way they wrote the way that they wrote Lee. It's just that Lee is a very it takes a lot in a lot even a lot of playthroughs, like a lot of the even more asshole ones.
Because they're dead, you gotta be upfront.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
God
Just
damn
tell her
it.
to her face. Everybody
Still,
fucking
Eric
dies.
Everyone's fucking dead.
And what happened?
But even like Lee's asshole playthroughs, like it still takes a lot for him to like get to the point of actual physical violence.
That's so sad.
So
Let's move this.
it's just like he's either a blunt asshole or he's a calm and collected individual, but he's never like outwardly trying to start fights with people.
Yeah, he honestly really
He's very reactionary in the way that he approaches things, and he's very in the now, and he doesn't dwell on a whole lot of shit.
Ew.
That's mainly because he has to protect Clementine. So
Ew, Vet, what was that? Ew. What is that? Freaking
It's the remote to my dad's TV.
The animation in that, it's awful. What is this, Gmod?
oh my god,
Oh, that's
I don't want to
awful
click that Twitter
looking.
link.
it's Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh
That's
no. Okay, well now I have to click it. Hold on.
Now you have to click it.
I have to see
Now you
this,
have to
guys.
show
Hold
it
on.
downstream.
Yes. Are you kidding me right now?
Yo, how do you feel? Yo, BioWare, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel that Persona 5 has better facial animations than you and its 2D cutouts?
You know what probably happened?
You know you screwed up.
They saw 2 years ago, BioWare or EA, they saw 2 years ago that Bethesda released a game called Fallout 4, and they're like, we could do that.
God damn it, dude. Mass Effect looks worse and worse as the days go on.
Yeah.
And there are so many people, like,
home and
I get that, like, Mass Effect's a really, like, fun series for a lot of people. In fact, I'm actually kind of psyched because I made the dumb mistake of buying EA Access for a whole year, which is technically it's only $30. I don't give a shit. I make more than that. But I bought it and I was like, oh shit, I can play all the Mass Effects for free now.
Look at that finger.
And I was like, oh, I can totally get back into 2 and just play 2 again and just go on a sick sci-fi adventure and make love to my boy Garrus. That's sick. I want to relive 2 again. 2 is the best fucking Mass Effect. It's so good.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm likely not doing a playthrough of it on the channel, by the way.
Let's get this cut covered up.
Oh.
Yes, please.
Vet. Ooh.
Ooh.
People are gonna get angry now. Now we gotta kill Vet because he made the wrong decision. We're gonna remember that.
Popcron, is this what you meant when you wanted? Is this what you meant when you wanted people to come in and have a discussion with you? Is this what you meant? Me yelling at you?
Yeah.
Was it worth it, Jamal? Was it worth it?
I honestly do want to apologize for coming in and making it seem like I'm yelling at you. I do.
But I don't, dude. Do we hate each other now? Does every argument just mean we hate each other, or every debate?
Yes, as someone that knowingly supports Kenny, I have to hate you by proxy. It's just the way it goes.
Look,
it's just the way it goes.
I probably felt. I know I felt differently in my first playthrough towards Kenny. I probably was at the same mindset as you, but knowing how the games play out, I like Kenny now because there's no reason you can't get away from him.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not a good reason to hate him.
Track down the keys if we're gonna help learn.
Apex remembers that. Of course he does. No, there's several good reasons to hate him, and just because he ends up being the go-to guy at the end of season 2 doesn't make him better. It just makes him the only choice. It's like, yeah, you don't want to fuck the last man on Earth, but he's there. You don't got a choice.
Want to head back into the drugstore with me?
Okay. Lee?
God damn it.
You're
Man, Mass Effect
bad,
Andromeda.
right?
I hope that fucking game plays okay.
Why are you asking me that?
I was reading a rock
That
paper.
lady said
See, the thing is, I was reading a
something.
negative rock paper shotgun
because he was
impression
one of
on
the
the game,
things trying to eat
and a lot of the things that I was like worrying about were in the review. And then someone immediately said, "Yeah, but this is the same guy who said playing Witcher 3 is like eating cardboard." I'm like, man,
had to
fuck you.
protect
You don't know what you're
yourself.
talking about. Never mind. Moving on.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you don't hate Kenny because you can't get away from it? Stockholm syndrome much? What?
All right. Well,
Whatever.
yo, I'm gonna have to.
You have to what? Huh?
Momo-kun, aka Thick Samus, totally did the May cosplay in the Virgin Killers sweater, and I'm gonna have to leave in a little bit. Just letting you know,
Thanks, Lee.
I'm gonna have to take care of a problem.
That's sweet, Lee.
Just a small problem, a small 4-inch problem.
Oh.
Hey there, this is Glenn, and I'm kinda in a jam here.
Sorry, 3-inch.
Little girl, if you're there, can you put your daddy on the phone? Or on the talkie or whatever?
Oh, I gotta get off Twitter.
What's up?
The first thing I see is H3H3 with the fucking tweet that says Hiller shortly before his suicide, 1945, colorized, and it's just a picture of PewDiePie with a gun in his mouth.
Oh my god.
Oh man, has anything even happened on that front? I think we kind of vaguely talked about John on my stream yesterday.
I'll sit
Oh
tight till
god, I don't want to talk about all that. That's
all right.
It's all
We'll move away from that.
dumb.
I'll take good care of it. What do you
I
think?
really-
We'll move away from that.
Doug's not
Yeah.
great around zombies. You got your family here.
What's it
I'll
called?
take Carly
There's
and her
something I
dead eye
wanted to
down to the
mention.
motor inn, get Glenn, and get back here as fast as I can.
The best character is
Oh.
was Mark. Who was Mark
Mentioned.
again?
Yeah, I'm in.
We all read the
Good.
best character.
Doesn't sound too bad there right now.
Let me know as soon as you want to head out. I could use a job.
The guy
Who the fuck is Mark, Pop?
Mark, I think Mark is the guy that's introduced in episode 2 and then is shortly killed in season 2 because they
the
eat
guy
him.
in the glasses.
Yeah, they eat him. So he just comes crawling downstairs like.
So does anyone want to ask me my interesting moment of PAX East?
No.
No.
Oh man.
I wanted to talk to Popcron. Popcron, what were you saying?
I have like an interesting story though.
Oh no, I don't care.
Like a really interesting story of who I met at PAX East on Saturday night.
Who'd you meet?
So, anyone in the chat, is anyone familiar with a voice actor named Carlos Ferro?
No.
No.
Okay. Do you guys know who Dom Santiago is?
Yeah.
The voice actor Dom Santiago is who I hung out with until 6 in the morning.
Cool.
Who's Dom Santiago?
Yeah, he was the voice actor for Dom Santiago.
No,
Van
who's
Gogh,
Dom
and
Santi?
From Gears of War.
Gears of War.
Oh, I don't play enough Gears of War to know that. Sorry.
But basically, he's like second play. He's like player 2 when you do co-op.
Okay.
Did you ask him where his wife was, and if she was doing okay?
Fuck you guys. Why do you read me like a book?
Oh my god, you actually did, didn't you?
It was so funny though because
you meme-loving fuck. You actually asked him.
So the way that this happened was that we're at the West End, me and my buddy Madison. We're at the West End. We're just hanging out with a bunch of other Twitch streamers and stuff like that. What's that? So we're about to call a lift, and we go outside. It's like 2, 3 in the morning already. But they go back to a hotel room, and then he just starts like talking, whatever, and stuff like that. He asks for like a cigarette. Oh yeah, that's right. He asked for a cigarette from Madison, and we start like that's what started like a little small talk and everything. And I'm just standing there. Mind you, I had a couple of drinks in. I was already pretty plastered as it is.
And then I see this pretty boy come out of the woodwork.
So I was just like, I'm like listening in on his voice though, and I'm just being bugged. I'm like. And I just said it flat out. I'm like, dude, why do you sound so familiar? By any chance, if you don't mind me asking? And he just comes out of nowhere. He's like, bro, you don't really know who the fuck I am?
No.
I was just like, I'm trying to I listened to him say that, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Hey man, why does he sound so familiar? And then he just gives me that like bland look, and he just puts on the Dom Santiago voice out of nowhere, and I'm just like, you're Carlos, aren't you?
What? Okay, so Dom Santiago voice, did he just immediately hit you with a bunch of Spanish stereotypes in the span of 2 seconds? Is that what he did?
Dude, but it was so. Oh, you want to? No, you know what's fun? No, but this is where it gets better. So we just start talking. Me and my friend Madison are like freaking out because I'm like, holy shit, it's Dom Santiago and shit like that. So we start talking, whatever, and stuff like that. And out of nowhere, don't judge me for this, because I couldn't pass this up. He just looks at us and he just goes, "You guys want to hit a bowl real quick?"
Oh no! Oh no! As somebody knows who's played Gears of War 3, putting fire anywhere near Dom Santiago is a bad idea. Don't do that.
It was so funny. Like he lit us both up. He pulls out a bowl out of nowhere. Like 3, 4 in the morning. We just started smoking with them. We're just like,
I feel like you go to conventions. If you make it anywhere in the stream scene, you do 3 things. 1 of 3 things. Maybe 2. If you're lucky, all 3. You go there to either get high with a bunch of high and drunk with a bunch of other colleagues, as it were. B, go to hate on all of them and get into drama, or C, have sex with the majority of them.
God damn it.
Because I hear a lot about that too. I hear way more fucking people having sex in these conventions than I think is normally acceptable.
But prior to that though, I hung out with another celebrity.
Did you fuck Dom though? That's the real question.
Yeah, I totally had sex with Carlos Ferro.
Yeah, good. I would have.
And then killed his wife.
Just like my friend who met
You're a
Pale
pretty
from
good
Blue's
shot.
Clues. It's like he made out with her because so he could have
You
a
don't
story.
Fuck with a reporter.
Why not?
It's 3 days out
God,
from
was
her
she at
last
least
cup of
hot?
coffee.
No, she was like a 6, but that's fine. Like, who cares? This doesn't
You ready to
matter.
hit
It's
out?
2017.
You?
Are you really that shallow? You piece of
Yeah,
shit. He
let's go.
fucked Pale.
Oh my god, lucky bastard, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knew?
How many Blue's Clues characters have you had sex with in your lifetime? That's a whopping 0, is it not? Shut up, Steven.
I had sex with the voice actress of Magenta.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to dick down Magenta
Oh my
live on air.
God.
I'm gonna do it today.
This conversation's happening.
But it's so funny because prior to that, I hung out with another celebrity, hence why I was pretty placid as it was. It's like the person you least expect to be at PAX East. Just take a guess. Just take a guess.
Is it a famous streamer? Because there's
he streams, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the actual celebrity. He's a comedian as well.
Can we get out of here before
is
any
it
of these
Agent
things
Cody
notice us?
Banks?
No, it was Andy Milonakis, but close enough.
We gotta go.
What is that man not like 45 at this point?
Yo, Andy Milonakis was there live streaming. He was doing an IRL Twitch stream. He had like his whole setup and everything. And he just sits down with me and my friend Kate, who's another streamer. And he just starts talking to us, hanging out. We're actually on his streams. If you actually go to his archive, you might see me there, this and that. I don't know what time point it is, but we start having drinks and everything after he was done, stuff like that. The dude is by far the most chillest person ever, but he's mad random as all hell. I'm just like, what the fuck?
What? Andy Milonakis has a random sense of humor? Don't say so. It's not like he had a skit where Little John turned to him mid-music video and said, "Yo, is that Apple Jacks or some shit?" And he started eating cereal with fucking Lil Jon.
Fruity Butts! So he just spits in his face.
Can you imagine the fucking cracked out, LSD-driven, fucked up show that would happen if Andy Milonakis and Eric Andre got into a fucking room with each other? Like,
oh my god. I would love to meet Eric Andre, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I would too. That man's my dream.
Awesome.
Like, he's here in New York. It's just like, why don't I see him? Like, I would love to meet him.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But anyways, so there's a video game being played right now.
No, this is bedtime stories, don't you know? Ha! Big secret reveal. We brought it back.
No, it's always bedtime stories when I'm on because I'm a piece of shit.
Bedtime Stories season 1 and 2 on SoundCloud when
fucking Lee, this is a sick blanket. I'm stealing this blanket
because it's gone and I can't find it. Go on YouTube. I think it's on YouTube still. I was listening to it the other day.
So walkers at this point are still really just slow, right?
Yeah.
Because I forget what it is. Is that walkers are really powerful? Is that the problem?
We're a little naked out here.
They're just overwhelming when they're in bunches.
But it looks like they're fine here, and if you were to like sneak on them and take them out, you'd be fine. See, that's the thing that I never really get in like zombie fiction, is that I feel like if you see a small group, and you know that the zombies aren't going to make enough noise to attract more zombies, why don't you just fucking Tomb Raider it up? Which would only make sense like if they were.
Well, like right now, they
super
don't know
powerful
how many more zombies are in like the forest and such. They don't want to risk alerting everyone around and then they get trapped.
I get that, but I feel like it's just like they're. You see right now, like I as someone, I don't know, I have a periph, and I can definitely tell there aren't that many fucking Zambambos running around this area. I would more than likely be like, just kill him. Just fucking kill him. What are we gonna do?
Not without tools.
Stab him in the head, fam. Go behind him. They don't have a periph. They don't know what that is.
Also, it's always bedtime stories with Phil around because he's boring.
Now we just have to get it quietly.
Damn.
Wow. Well. Why do you say that, sadistic?
I'm sneezing everywhere.
Do you have a point? No, you don't. I am not the boring. Let's roast this video game.
I love this gun, but it sure isn't quiet.
No, the Telltale game I want to roast is fucking Batman.
Get out your gun.
That game looks like a fucking shit
Just
show.
follow my lead. Stay right behind me.
I don't know why that sentence was so funny to me out of context. I love this gun, but it sure isn't quiet. Oh no. Okay, that doesn't help. No, that doesn't help. God damn it, video game.
It's a sparky thing.
Spark plug. You should hold on to that. Could come in handy.
This is a car seat.
Now time to push the car. Did it.
It's a sparky thing.
It was awesome.
The best line.
How I would deal with the fucking apocalypse. What's this shit I picked up? That's actually super important. Okay, but look, see here? This doesn't make any fucking sense. There's so much noise going on here. Do you know how fucking loud a car hitting a wall is?
No.
What the hell is the point behind that? It would make so much more sense to come up behind him and stab him in the fucking eye.
No.
Alright, it's fine. Now we got the screwdriver and we can take care of these things.
That could scramble a brain pretty good.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I don't know who's in charge of bedtime stories, considering I heard that like half those files are actually gone now. So I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I should give up on asking, honestly. No offense, it's just I don't know if we have them anymore.
Yeah, I think they're gone in the ether now, guys. Sorry, guys.
I apologize, man.
Apologize.
It's just what happens, man.
Time to kill the
BRB
zombie.
real quick. I'll wait for him to get closer.
That was not that. That was.
Lee, get him!
God damn it, Glenn.
Nice.
Thanks for having my back.
For sure.
So has anyone, we'll go into spoilers on this. So warnings for those that watch it. Has anyone been watching The Walking Dead show?
I watched a few episodes of the beginning of the new season, and it is one of those things where someone explained it to me when I went into it, and a lot of it definitely feels like spot on. And the idea was that there are entire fucking sections of that show that feel completely just like huge filler content in order to air commercials and make cliffhangers. There's a lot of moments in that show where the tension is spread over 35 to 40 minutes, and it makes it harder and harder to get involved in the actual idea of anything happening, because it really just turns into, now next in The Walking Dead, let's talk about the thing that we just watched for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
See, the thing that was technically only going to take 20 minutes in like a fucking reading of the comic book. So
yeah, there's still great moments from the show that make it worth watching. Some of the shit they do, like Telltale, they make shitty decisions. For example, spoilers for this season, one of the characters that no one gives a shit about, they've never really gone deep into, is lost because they were on a scavenging hunt, and she comes across this coastal group that survive off fish and stuff. And it turns out over the course of the episode they learn that there's only women, and it's because Negan found them and killed all the men.
She's in trouble.
Miss, we're coming in.
And so they're hiding from them. They're hiding as a group in the forest on the coast. And she's been away during the whole Negan fiasco. So this is how she learns this character that The Walking Dead hasn't really put much thought into. Learns how Negan works, even though she was gone for the entirety of it. And it was very lazy. The group was far too convenient. It's a bad group. The entire episode was just bad.
What? I told you. I said
everyone hated it.
I'm bit.
And now they're tying it into the second half of the season as being a major plot point.
Be fine.
And it's frustrating.
You get sick and you die and you come back.
Like, you'd have to watch the episode to know what I'm talking about.
You have a boyfriend?
When?
So it really just feels like
They just
one of those arcs where it's like character who's been gone for too long gets caught up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hate that shit. There's two things that I dislike in media, and that's doing that or putting you in the perspective of a character that is learning about the world around them, and therefore like not any of the important, really fun decisions that are going on are just completely out of their hands. I complain about that with Final Fantasy quite frequently. Like a lot of the mainline Final Fantasies of the PS2 era do that a lot.
Then do it for me.
But yeah, no, I can get that. I think generally speaking, like I just don't watch the Walking Dead
This is crazy.
series because I think I've seen what it can do and where it's gonna go. And a lot of it is really held back by the fact that it is still very much a TV series. It is a televised series. If it was like an HBO or Showtime exclusive, I think they could do so much more and go so much farther within these series, like lore and mythos, because there is so much insane shit that happens. I mean, the governor rapes people straight up, just straight up fucking rapes people, and it's one of those things where it's like, it's needed to see that. Because just killing people in this universe, it's like everyone does that. Everyone has that thing. You need to see the unspeakable act. You need to see what makes that person so fucking like necessary to kill. So, and it just downplays the lunacy of the people, and it's just one of those things where it's like these really important fucked up things that are gone from the original source material just to make it, you know, watchable on TV. I was surprised they got the Noah death in there.
Here they come.
But then again, you can get away with violence. Like,
spoilers for this season, they showed the Glenn death in its entirety.
They did. I mean, everyone knew Glenn was gonna fucking die. Even people who don't watch The Walking Dead knew that Glenn was gonna die. I think they played it out very well. I think when I was sitting with people who, my biggest fucking problem was the fact that the redhead guy stayed around for so long. What's his fucking name?
It sucks though that
in the comic, because
he was supposed to go longer actually, but Denise took his death in the previous season.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird because
Denise
I was like, why
was such a strange character. I'm glad she's gone.
That's the thing though. It's like the show keeps doing that too, where it's like they'll add new characters for the show, and everyone goes, "I'm glad that character is gone." And the only one that every fucking person likes is Daryl, because Norman Reedus is a cute boy. And
well, I like Andrew Lincoln. Rick's fine.
What do you mean, Rick? Like the main character?
Yeah, he's fine.
No. I meant like characters literally written in for the show purpose. Daryl is not a character in the comic book.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought we were just talking characters in general.
No.
Saying that people only like Daryl out of the entire show. My bad.
No, like they only like him and don't want to see him dead because he's so popular.
I just realized he keeps spelling Glenn as Glean.
Yeah,
it's for clean.
It's strange though, like all the characters they write in, such as Tara, are bad. The only exception was Daryl and his brother, who was only there for 3 seasons anyway. Well, not even really the second season. But he was really good. But now you see him in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's great there.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I wish I did.
I forget his name too. I think it's something Rourke or not Rourke, Rooney. I don't remember.
And
That guy's a great actor.
He's in
Like,
Guardians
he
of the Galaxy
plays-
2. I can't wait. He's one of my favorites.
He gets typecasted super hard, but that's a typecast I'm completely fine with. You know what I mean? Like that's something I think is super cool. But yeah, no, the Walking Dead show is the writing's just nowhere near as strong as it needs to be, and a lot of it is
They
centered
make
around the
so many
idea
strange
of
decisions.
Now's the time.
Michael Rooker. Yeah, I think it's what it is.
Because now the whole purpose of that coastal group I mentioned is to get their guns or get them to work with them and use their guns.
Keep an eye out, will you?
That's the only purpose of the community there. So if they end up killing every single person there, I won't care, honestly, in the show.
Well, I think that there's definitely like the Jesus camp is definitely canon.
Yeah, that one's canon, and it makes sense. Is they're writing it in slowly.
I think the other female camp is also canon. To be honest, I think a
The
different
coastal is
character
not.
goes there. I don't know.
No,
I
don't know.
don't.
That
I
one
haven't
doesn't
kept up with
exist.
it past this point.
The only communities that are huge within the comics, at this point in the show at least, were Alexandria, which is the main one. I need to make a choice. The Hilltop, which is Jesus's camp and such, with Gregory and Maggie eventually settles over there. And then the Kingdom, which they've introduced this season. There's no one else. Absolutely no one else. But in the show, last half of the season was the coastal group, and then this half it's the dump group that don't talk right for some reason and is extremely annoying. But with them, it's strange, but it's not god awful like the coastal group. It's still not great, but bearable.
What was I gonna say?
And the last thing I wanted to say was you mentioned HBO. HBO actually turned down Walking Dead because they thought there was too much blood. I forget what article, but yeah, look it up, Google it. I remember it.
That's so dumb.
It was too much gore, too much blood, something like that.
Oh my god! But we can have Game of Thrones. Fuck off! What the shit? No, I think that's what it was. Is that Game of Thrones is taking up all that fucking money? I think that's generally what it is. Game of Thrones was like a super fucking expensive series to make.
Well, now it is
So-
at least. God,
Even
Game of
back then.
Thrones. I miss. Like, I still like the show. It's still very good for them overall. But I miss the seasons that could focus on so many characters per episode. And now you get like 5 to 10 minutes per character because they're in so many different places. And the best part of the first 3 seasons was in King's Landing with Tyrion doing all the
Great.
politics and stuff.
God, you're amazing. Let's
It was
get
so good. But that's something entirely different. That's not Walking Dead. I just want to mention that.
Yeah. Yeah. But what was I gonna fucking say?
I'm sorry.
Oh no! I hate that I had something and I need to start writing stuff down.
Oh no.
Oh well.
We gotta hurry.
Oh well. That does sound like bullshit. That's crazy. That's super
That's so
fucking crazy.
No.
You know what change that they made in the show for The Walking Dead that I ended up liking just because it wasn't a huge deal, that no one made it a huge deal, and it worked out in the end? When they first come to Alexandria, in the comics it's this guy, but in the show they make it the woman. And it literally changed nothing, and she was great for the time she was there.
Maybe time to go. I'm gonna get the truck pulled up round back. Do it fast.
And she had a decent death in season 6.
Honey, take
Yeah.
Chuck into the office and
So
barricade
that
the living hell out of the
actually
door behind me.
was a really
Quick!
nice change.
You hear
I
me
enjoyed
honking in the alley, start
how she
getting people
interviewed
outta
the
here.
people,
You got it. Doug, Carl,
tried to
and
get
Lee,
them to
you
work
guys
as a
make sure our
community.
defenses stay up till then.
She was stern when she
Lee,
needed
I'm
to.
gonna take that
She
axe in
wasn't
case I run into any of them on the way to my truck.
worried about the group taking over. In fact, she wanted the group to help since they were out there the longest. It's just I think it was better than the comics. They do things right, but they do other things wrong. It's a love-hate relationship.
They do things that make everything seem amicable. They do things that would fit well in a mainstream light and would get viewers, and it works sometimes, and other times it's just fucking stupid. Like, one of the biggest problems that like I was saying earlier is the fact that every episode is written like it's gonna end on a cliffhanger. Every single one. Every single fucking episode doesn't end on a calm note. Doesn't end on a like just a straight bad note. It ends on a whoa, something could happen, and the entire episode is written around that. And nothing ever gets done, and it has that very hard like DBZ syndrome of, oh, what's gonna happen next, and all this unnecessary exposition that does nothing to further the plot. It just keeps them dead center where they need to be. And then the very beginning of the fucking episode, for like 20 minutes, something will happen, and then the rest of the episode is, boy, that shit was crazy, right? I wonder what'll happen in the next one. And it's like, it's so formulaic, it's so fucking predictable, and it's trying its like hardest to not be. It's really hard to get involved in the series as a whole, because it just it fucks with you, and it doesn't respect your intelligence as a viewer. It doesn't at all. It immediately just sits there and goes, yeah, I guess you gotta watch for the next one. Guess you gotta wait a whole week to get what you want.
All right, now
until it builds up to the last
choice.
Fucking final episode.
Time to make the only choice.
If you save.
Nope, you on both die. The best choice.
Oh, can you do that?
No, it's a game over.
Oh.
Wow. To continue.
Then I forgot this isn't a good game.
Oh, do we have to rewatch through that entire part? That wasn't worth the joke.
Yo, Clementine with the only fucking good idea. Fuck these kids. I'm out.
You are dead.
You are dead, but I'm not though. I'm actually.
I didn't die. Only 2 people die. I could have gone and lived on.
I can't skip this.
I'm actually doing just fine. Everyone else is fucking dead though.
But no, going back to the show, sometimes when they have like the one-off episodes, the Coastal one was bad, but if you take the example from season 4 where you're focusing on Tyrese, Carol, and the 2 girls, that episode was fantastic and wasn't really a cliffhanger. Well, kind of a cliffhanger because you don't know where they're gonna go after that. But it was a nice standalone episode focusing on a very small group of characters.
Lee, I better take that axe in case I run into any of them on the way to my truck.
Nice. I loved it.
Shit! You 3, get on it. I'll get back
they can.
as fast as I can.
When they try to make, when they try to write, it turns out well.
Try.
They didn't try with the episode I'm talking about this season. They just needed to figure out a way to work this character in and fill her in quickly without it being a drag. So they took the easy way out.
Yeah.
On it. Are you sure?
You know, I'm looking at IGN posted a whole nother look at the visual quality of Mass Effect Andromeda, and just it looks like on the whole. Oh no, there go the facial animations. Oh boy, never mind. Oh man, I was looking at a whole different game. Holy shit.
I'm mad at it that Doug was in this part.
He
was actually a nice guy.
Yeah, but fuck Doug. What does he do for me? I'm not gonna sleep with Doug.
I found something.
Wow, the Xbox One. I feel so bad for Xbox One owners, dude. They've gotten like the fucking shaft when it comes to just visual fidelity. Like, this looks fucking blurry as shit.
Now we make the only actual choice without fucking taking too long for a joke, letting them both die, only to realize that I have to sit through all of that cutscene again. It's not fucking worth it. So we're gonna do the only choice that everyone always picks.
I picked Doug last time.
Oh man. Thanks.
So did you see, Mr. Vet, that somebody already found all the Korok seeds? and got a unique item off of it.
Let's go!
Oh, wow.
They got Carly. Doesn't matter. You gotta move.
I don't want to spoil it for him if he doesn't want it.
Jesus.
Did you legit save the guy?
Phil saw it, guys.
Oh my god. Wow, Carly gets fucked.
So, Phil, what were you talking about Larry being a good guy? Who's the one that comes to help you out?
I'm not letting somebody else get eaten today. Especially a good friend.
Well, I mean, you also did fuck with him.
Yeah, I gave him pills to save his life.
Where? I don't remember that. I don't see that.
Why, you think there was an alarm going off in the pharmacy? Carly died for Larry, Phil.
Okay,
Your wife
but yeah.
died for Larry.
Okay, but yeah, you agreed with Kenny. It would have been Carly saving you.
So she can get that.
But
lead
Carly's
dick.
dead. Carly
Oh.
can't save me if she's dead.
Yeah, so the fucking game picked the only person you agreed with, Popcron. Whoop-de-fucking-do, you agree with an asshole, the asshole's on your side. Exactly
Because
what
there
I'm
was a
talking
bigger
about. You're
asshole.
disproving
Larry's
you're
the bigger
disproving
asshole.
my point. How is that disproving my point, though?
Dude,
How is that
I'm just
disproving my
saying,
point?
your waifu's
And I'm
dead.
saying, yeah, you killed my waifu, and now your shit waifu is there too. So I mean, good for you. Your shit waifu who's gonna
best.
get you fucking killed.
He's going to
At least
use
at
a
least
laser
my
pointer to save my life, okay?
At
I'll
least
have
my
you
waifu
know.
at least my waifu has a canon death. And not some shitty fucking like whole other game.
Doug
to
has a
deal with.
canon death.
Doug's not a fucking waifu. Doug's literally a side character.
So was Carly. She's killed.
Yeah. I got friends
Just like Doug.
No,
I just
she's
can't
not
stay
a side
here
character.
knowing
She's canon. You fucked up a majority of that storyline, and now there's gonna be very little fucking impact when it comes to that
Gotta
point.
take my chances.
But she didn't know how.
Do you see what I mean, though?
She doesn't know
But
how
do you
batteries
see-
work.
But do you see what I mean, though? You did that. Now you have a whole section of the game that's gonna make no fucking sense. It's not gonna play out anywhere near as impactful.
No, it's free.
It's just gonna be, huh?
He's going to save me with a laser pointer. He's gonna save
You're
my
not-
life, Phil.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, and it's not working.
He's going to save my life. What'd Carly do? She had a gun. Doug has a laser pointer, dude.
This doesn't disprove my point at all. I know what you're doing, and it doesn't disprove my point at all. And I'm just happy that you had to go the whole 9 yards and kill my waifu just to prove your shitty point. I just know I won. That's all. And that's, you know what? If
what
my
matters,
waifu
right?
has to die, that's what does matter. Yeah, it's knowing that I'm right.
You just had to have your waifu die. In vain.
It's you know what? No, it's not in vain because I still win.
No.
Do you?
Yeah, I do because you had to kill my waifu.
Last
for your
I
argument
checked,
to
Doug
work.
gets a much better death now.
Hey, kid.
Unlike
What
Carly, who
is
just
he-
died
how
to
does he
zombies.
die?
Thanks for
Carly didn't die to zombies, idiot.
She just did.
Care of each other.
No, okay, but in the canon,
Where's
which
the
totally
canon?
was.
Yeah, is she
which
canon?
canon?
Are you sure? 100%? I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
about that one.
Oh yeah. What is it? What is? Because were you gonna sleep with the fucking what's his face?
You never sleep with Carly.
I want you to know
Why
that
would
I
you
But you
sleep
were
with
getting
Doug?
close.
You were getting
You were getting
close. Oh
close.
yeah,
Just fine.
sure. You keep telling yourself that.
At least in my playthrough, she wanted the dick. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're just
Yeah,
not.
but you never
Swamp
did
Pop.
it. It's not canon.
Well, she got shot before that happened.
Yeah, and
The
Doug
canon
gets shot too because the canon told it to. So I mean, like.
Oh God, does Doug actually take Carly's place entirely?
Oh no, I guess you have to find out.
Does Lily literally sit at this, look at this
Well,
fucking
this is the- okay,
ain't for
here's the
shit
thing, though.
nothing character
Here's the
and
thing, the way
go,
he dies
I don't
is-
trust him.
Nigga, let me say it. Shit. The way he dies the same way, but it's not like, oh, she point blank kills him for no reason. Like, the way he dies is that he sacrificed himself. He basically took a bullet for someone else. Like, he threw himself in front of it.
Oh, so at least he kind of has a redeemable fucking.
Yeah.
He shoots Doug by accident. Oh, okay.
Save her, could we?
Not even asked? Yeah, because he sacrificed himself, essentially, I guess you could say.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think the canon is definitely that is Carly, Lily shooting Carly, because the impact is far bigger,
Yeah.
and the circumstances of what it does to the group are far worse.
You'll be all right.
Because you can explain away an accident, even if it's a fucking big fucking accident. But it's still a fucking accident.
What is it, buddy?
How did you choose?
So
We
the
both
fact
needed
that
you.
Carly,
You picked me.
being the fucking little catty little girl that she was, said enough to set Lily off, showed that Lily simply wasn't ready for the group, like wasn't readily available after Larry's death.
Yeah.
But of course it doesn't matter because Kenny's gonna be there to wipe fucking Popcron's tear and cum stains off of his own shirt, so that's fine. That's fine. That's all
Kenny's
fine,
great,
I
dude.
guess. Kenny's a
He
really
named
cool
his son
guy.
Duck. I'm gonna keep bringing that up.
His son's name is Duck.
Super dinosaur.
Duck for fucking boys.
He wasn't. Oh, and then.
Hey, Duck, you want to
My name's Pop, and I am objectively the worst waifu.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is what this is about. This isn't about
It's not that.
whether or not it's a good, decent story decision. It's about whether or not Popcron has the right,
Glenn had the other one.
Fuck, I'll be right
Need
back.
you help there, Phil?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks. I know I need to be tough.
Should I name my son Duck just
I'm
to
just
spite you,
sad.
Phil? Do it,
I
Kenny.
know it doesn't make
Do
any
it, Kenny
sense,
Kravitz.
But it's how I used to talk to my mom and dad. And now they're gone. It's gone.
Maybe we can find you another one.
I'll just keep this one, I guess.
Lee, come here for a second.
Let me go deal with this.
Now we get to talk to
Oh
Larry.
man, Clementine, another thing.
Great.
What do you
Great way to get Duck back into
Like
the
my daughter?
conversation.
She's fine.
Fine, huh? Well, just fuck you, Lee Everett. That's right. I know who you are, and I know you're a killer. And you go near my daughter or step on a line once, and so will everyone else. I know who you are. And I don't give a shit about what happens to you. But if anything happens to my daughter or that little girl you've got
Duck,
with you...
shut up. She's not interested.
Watch your ass.
Hey, Lee, do you have a second? My dad would be dead if it weren't for you.
That reporter is dead because of me.
You can't be like that. You're only one man.
I don't know.
We're lucky to have you.
And that's the first
Hope
episode,
that's the sound
guys.
of us winning this thing.
Boo!
What do you mean, boo? We got
This
Duck.
motor inn's pretty damn defendable. We block off the entrances with some cars, keep someone on
Boo!
watch. We could stay here until the military
Boo!
rolls through.
Fuck.
I actually agree with that plan.
Me too.
We got beds, we got water, and most importantly, we got light. There are worse places to call home.
Yeah, you're right. You know, guys, I think it's going to be okay.
And then the lights go out.
Boo!
Dun dun dun. Also, for the second episode, I forget who mentioned Mark. I think the guy that played Mark is the guy they were doing for like a contest for the game to have their character in the game. And that's why he was only there for one episode.
Never expected they'd stop
If I remember correctly.
You look like crap, Lee.
Or was that
When
for
was the last
season
time you
2?
ate?
I don't know.
Boo!
Hey, I owe you a lot more than a half-eaten candy bar.
How you doing?
I'd like to make an announcement.
I'm really.
You're gay,
I'd
right?
like to listen to this
We gotta
announcement.
get food, Lee. Soon.
All right.
Howdy, I'm Andrew St.
So-
John. We're from the St. John Dairy.
I never did thank you for saving Duck from
I climbed up a flight of stairs and I'm fat.
Uh-huh.
There's gonna be a war.
Just give me a second.
The walkers don't worry me as much as the bandits.
Ladies and gentlemen, global warming is real. And I want everybody to remind everybody that we are experiencing second winter tonight. And it's cold in Florida. It's about 40 degrees outside. It's fantastic cuddle weather.
Please, no more, please.
Now,
Please, please.
these trying times, these politically charged times, and times where climate change deniers exist, and the world as a whole seems to be burning. On beautiful nights like this, where it's cold and you require the warmth of another human being, I'd like you to do yourselves a favor. I want you to hold each and every one of your waifus close to you. Because one day, some psychotic fucking ginger might turn around and do everything in his power to eradicate her from the planet in a vain attempt to simply prove a point.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. Me and 23% of the players chose Doug.
Oh man, you refused the gun.
God damn it. God.
Holy fuck, that music was so loud. I'm trying to play a video game that spooked the fuck out of me. I'm sorry, Austin. I don't know. That was just really bad. How they did it, I guess. It just... Because I know what you're talking about. It was so loud for me, too, compared to everything else. It was just an audio issue. That
Tokiden has that problem, too, where they attach cutscene audio to the music, so if you turn the music slider all the way down to listen to your own music, the fucking cutscene audio doesn't play.
Okay, Austin remembers this. He definitely will remember
Oh,
that.
because there's no bot. He can't highlight it. Uh-oh. Just remember, like, 2 hours in. About. Easy. And but
Easy
I say
peasy.
that, but I'll forget by tomorrow, too, so.
Oh my god, what a fucking...
So the bot
Can I skip through this? There we go. Oh, no, I can't. Resume game. I can't skip through the credits. What do you say, chat? You want to go for another 2 hours with episode 2, or should we cut it here? I'll let chat decide. Actually, maybe
Wow,
less than 2
man.
hours. I don't remember. It'll probably be max 2 hours.
It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how you blow through it.
Plenty of time to decide with the credits. Let's go more. I got work in the morning. Cut it here. More. So 2 and 2.
The one thing that Vet linked with the "Hey Nito flashlight, let me get a crack at that bad boy." The fucking Mass Effect character casually sauntering up behind him. Oh, that game looks so bad. The game looks miserable.
How much longer are you guys gonna be here for?
I'll stay here for a little bit more.
I gotta go to bed.
Are you gonna be upset if I play episode 2, or you want me to cut it here? Because others want me to cut it here too, but others want me to play more. You could be the deciding vote, Phil.
I don't want to do that because I gotta go to bed.
I know, that's why I'm asking you.
I'm going to bed.
I know. So do you want to see episode 2 and talk about episode 2 next week? Or do you not
don't
give a shit?
Don't hold me to it because I'm a terrible, terrible person.
Wow. 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 Den said cut. Now it's 3 and 2. I don't know, guys.
I'm really bad. I'm really bad at this, guys.
That's what I'm asking, Kenny. Is Phil's gonna be
I'm
back
trying.
next week?
Well, every time I'm like, "Oh, Breath of the Wild's tonight," I might as well show up. I'm here for 2 hours, and they go, "Oh no, I'm not gonna get any sleep for work tomorrow." Oh no, because what's worse, I'm gonna be a piece of shit, and I'm probably gonna play some Tokiden 2 right now. Oh no!
All right, you know what? We're gonna cut it here. People won't miss anything.
Oh,
if you're here.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Don't do that to me.
What?
Oh, fine.
Oh.
Do we? I don't know, guys. Apex,
Okay.
you think we should?
I'll play for honor.
You think we should skip out on Phil? Just play episode 2?
Nah, we could cut it here if you like.
How dare you?
All right, we're cutting it. The majority saying cutting it. We're gonna cut it here. Thank you guys for watching. Episode 2 next week. Maybe we'll play 2 episodes next week. We'll do 2 and 3, because 3 is a really good episode. We stream every weekday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow is Thursday. Max will be continuing Dream Drop Distance still, I think. I haven't been keeping up with Kingdom Hearts. I don't know how long that game is. Friday is more .hack with Drew. Monday is Breath of the Wild with Austin. Tuesday is more Dragon Dogs with Rave. And then Wednesday we'll be back to this. So, thank you guys for watching. Follow the Twitter. Follow the Twitch. Follow the YouTube. And as always,
go to bed.